This man could have ruled the world, but instead he was thrown into a river as a baby and left to die. Born with divine armor that made him literally invincible, he should have been worshipped as a god. Instead, society spat on him, called him worthless, and denied him everything he deserved. He became so powerful that even the gods themselves feared him and had to cheat to defeat him. This is the story of history's most tragic hero, a man who was actually the rightful king, but died fighting his own brothers who never knew the truth. His name was Karna, and what happened to him will make you question everything you believe about justice, destiny, and what it truly means to be a hero. The Mahabharata tells us about heroes and demons, good and evil, dharma and adharma. But there's one character whose story challenges everything we think we know about justice, honor, and destiny. Today, we're diving deep into the untold story of Karna, the warrior who could have changed the course of history, if only the world had been ready to see past his origins. By the end of this video, you'll question everything you thought you knew about one of mythology's most complex figures. Our story begins not with fanfare or celebration, but with abandonment. Kunti, a young, unmarried princess, invokes the sun god Surya through a divine mantra. What follows is a miracle that becomes a curse. Born with divine armor and earrings that make him invincible, the infant should have been celebrated as a gift from the heavens. Instead, Kunti, fearing society's judgment, places her firstborn son in a basket and sets him adrift on the Ganga River. Picture this, a newborn child, glowing with divine radiance, floating helplessly down the sacred river. This isn't just abandonment. It's the first injustice that would define Karna's entire existence. Fate guides the basket to Adhiratha, a charioteer, and his wife Radha. They raise the boy as their own, naming him Karna. But here's where the tragedy deepens. In ancient India's rigid caste system, being the son of a charioteer, a Suta, means being forever locked out of the warrior class, the Kshatriyas. No matter how skilled, how brave, or how noble Karna proves to be, society will only see his adoptive father's profession. Imagine growing up, knowing you have the strength of 100 men, the skill to match the gods themselves, but being told you can never use these gifts because of where you were raised. This is Karna's reality, a divine being trapped in a social prison. Young Karna's true test comes when he seeks to learn archery from Dronacharya, the greatest teacher of martial arts. Drona takes one look at the boy's origins and refuses him. Kshatriya knowledge, he declares, is not for Sutaputra. This isn't just a rejection, it's a denial of Karna's very essence. But Karna refuses to accept defeat. If the system won't teach him, he'll find another way. He approaches Parashurama, the warrior sage, but knows he must hide his true caste. Here's the moral dilemma that haunts Karna. To achieve his dreams, he must lie about his identity. Is this deception justified when society itself is built on injustice? Under Parashurama's tutelage, Karna becomes an unparalleled archer. But Dharma has a way of revealing truth. During a lesson, Parashurama falls asleep with his head on Karna's lap. A poisonous insect burrows into Karna's thigh, causing excruciating pain. But Karna doesn't move. He won't disturb his guru's rest. The blood eventually wakes Parashurama, who realizes only a Kshatriya would endure such pain without complaint. Feeling deceived, Parashurama curses Karna. In your moment of greatest need, you will forget everything I taught you. This curse will echo through the ages. But notice the irony. Karna is cursed for displaying the exact noble qualities that should have made him worthy of Kshatriya status. Despite every obstacle, Karna's reputation grows. His skills become legendary. Then comes the tournament at Hastinapura, the moment that changes everything. The Pandava brothers, especially Arjuna, are showcasing their abilities when suddenly an unknown warrior appears and matches every feat with superior skill. The crowd is stunned. Who is this mysterious archer? But when Karna identifies himself as a Sutaputra, the assembly erupts in mockery. Draupadi herself will later reject him during her Swayamvara, not for his character or abilities, but solely because of his perceived low birth. The humiliation cuts deeper than any blade. Enter Duryodhana, the eldest Kaurava prince. While everyone else sees only a charioteer's son, Duryodhana recognizes greatness. In a moment that reshapes destiny, he crowns Karna as the king of Anga. Finally, someone has seen past the labels to the man beneath. This is where the story becomes complex. Duryodhana, often portrayed as purely evil, becomes Karna's first and perhaps only true friend. Their bond isn't based on manipulation or politics. It's genuine gratitude meeting desperate loyalty. Karna finally belongs somewhere, and he'll die before betraying that gift. As the great war of Kurukshetra looms, Krishna approaches Karna with a revelation that shatters everything. You are not a Sutaputra. You are Kunti's firstborn son, making you the eldest Pandava. Join your brothers, claim your rightful place as king, and history will remember you as the greatest ruler who ever lived. Imagine learning that everything you've suffered, every humiliation, every door slammed in your face, was based on a lie. Karna could have been a prince, a Kshatriya by birth, accepted and honored from the beginning. The injustice is so profound, it's almost incomprehensible. But here's what makes Karna truly remarkable. He refuses. Duryodhana gave me respect when I had none, he tells Krishna. He gave me a kingdom when I was nothing. How can I abandon the one person who saw my worth when no one else would? On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Karna faces impossible odds. His chariot wheel gets stuck in mud, a sign of his cursed fate. Arjuna, his half-brother, stands before him with drawn bow. This is when Parashurama's curse activates. Karna forgets his celestial weapons, the very knowledge he sacrificed his identity to gain. But even in this moment of vulnerability, Karna doesn't reveal his true parentage to save himself. He dies protecting a secret that could have changed everything, loyal to a friend who never truly understood the depth of his sacrifice. Karna's story isn't just about a warrior. It's about the price of loyalty, the crushing weight of social injustice, and the tragedy of a system that judges worth by birth rather than character. He was denied his birthright, cursed by his guru, mocked by society, and ultimately died fighting against his own brothers. Yet he never compromised his principles. In many ways, Karna is the most human character in the Mahabharata. Unlike the divine Pandavas, with their godly fathers and obvious destinies, Karna had to create his own path. Every victory was hard-won, every honor earned through struggle. He represents the eternal underdog, the person who refuses to accept what society says they deserve. Perhaps that's why Karna's story resonates so powerfully even today. In a world still grappling with inequality and prejudice, he stands as a reminder that true worth isn't determined by circumstances of birth, but by the choices we make and the principles we uphold. Karna may have lost the war, but he won something perhaps more valuable: the right to stand as one of history's most complex and compelling heroes, forever challenging us to look beyond labels and see the person within. Karna's story proves that true heroism isn't about winning or losing. It's about staying loyal to your principles, even when the entire world is against you. If this untold story of history's greatest underdog opened your eyes to a different perspective on justice and honor? Then smash that like button and let me know in the comments which part of Karna's journey hit you the hardest. Did his loyalty to Duryodhana inspire you, or do you think he should have accepted Krishna's offer? Subscribe for more deep dives into the complex characters history tried to hide from us, because every legend has an untold side that changes everything.